Hey everybody, it's Jerry, and today I'm going to show you how to make a treacle pudding. Now, for anybody who watches the Great British Baking Show, you'll remember last season, the most disastrous technical challenge probably of all time was the treacle pudding, which was Paul Hollywood's recipe. So I've taken that recipe, I've made it vegan and gluten-free, and I am going to show you how to do it. The pudding is ginger and citrus based, and it's got a sauce on top, as well as creme anglaise, and it's really delicious. And let me show you how to do it. We're going to start off by making the syrup. So we're going to take a 1/4 cup of sugar and 3 tablespoons of water. Just mix that together in a saucepan over medium heat and heat that up until it turns nice and golden. And then we're going to slowly add in a 1/2 cup of boiling water and whisk that in with the heat off. Turn the heat off at this point. And just continue whisking it until it's all dissolved. And then we're going to add in the juice of 1 orange, 3/4 cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of the syrup from a jar of stem ginger, which you can get online. You probably won't find it in your grocery store. And mix that all together, and we're going to then add 1/8 of a lemon and heat that up to boiling, and then just let that simmer on low heat for about 20 minutes. While we're doing that, we're going to make the creme anglaise. We're going to take a can of coconut milk and just spoon the thicker cream from the top of the can. Doesn't have to be refrigerated. Just we want to get the thicker part of the milk. And we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. Mix that together in a small saucepan. And we're going to heat that up over medium heat while we mix up 1 tablespoon of kuzu and a little bit of the liquid left in the bottom of the coconut milk can. And just mix that until it's completely dissolved. And then once the coconut cream comes to a boil, we're going to add in the kuzu mixture. And lower the heat and whisk that together until it just starts to thicken a little bit. And then we can just set that aside and let that cool. Now we're going to keep checking the syrup until we just want it to start to thicken a little bit and get a little bit syrupy and stick to the spoon. And then once that's done, we can remove the lemon wedges and just let that cool for a bit. Now we're going to take a large muffin tin, which has been sprayed with oil, and we're going to spoon in 1 tablespoon of the syrup into each of the 6 muffin shapes. And now we can make the batter, and we're going to take 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk, whole husk, and add in 3/4 cup of water. Mix that together and just let that sit for a few minutes to thicken. And then we're going to add in 1/2 cup of vegan butter and 1/3 cup of sugar and cream those together. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of brown rice flour, 1/2 cup of millet flour, and 1/2 cup of tapioca flour. And then 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, the zest of 1 orange, and mix that together. And then just beat that by hand for a minute, just to let it thicken. And then we're going to add in 3 balls of the stem ginger, which have been finely chopped, and mix that into the batter until it's all well combined. And then we're going to spoon that evenly amongst the 6 muffin shapes. Just spread everything out so it's nice and even and flat as you can get it on the top. Then we're going to take a 9x13 baking dish or whatever large baking dish you have and just pour some hot water into it about a quarter of the way up the sides. Place the muffin pan inside that, cover it with aluminum foil, and we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Once it's baked and cooled a little bit, we're going to just loosen the edges with a knife, invert it onto a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, and it should slip right out. And then to serve it, just spoon some of the syrup on top and some of the creme anglaise, and enjoy your treacle pudding. Thanks everybody for watching. Please tune in next time for some more recipes, and remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.